All right, guys, we got a Beretta PX4. Let's shoot it. Cool stuff. Let's have a go here. Cool stuff. All right, one more mag here. Takes a little bit getting used to that trigger. Guys, welcome back. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Beretta PX4. This is a gun that, you know, it's been out a while, and I've kind of put my hands on them from time to time and played around with them a little bit here and there. But all in all, this is something we've never really had a look at. The PX4 was introduced in 2004, and it kind of marries some of the concepts of the M9 with, you know, a polymer frame, which is kind of cool, you know. You do have a very similar safety mechanism to an M9, very similar controls, which admittedly I'm not a huge fan of the M9 as a service pistol, or really period, I hate to say. I'm not a big fan of that particular gun, but this pistol does fit the hand exceptionally well. That trigger reset does take a little bit of getting used to. These are really some of the first rounds I've ever put through this particular gun. Both Chad and I, you're kind of along for the ride, and we're just going to have a look at the gun in real time here. But this particular gun is, you know, exceptional. It does have a built-in pick rail, which is really nice. The disassembly is pretty straightforward and simple, easy to take care of. Fits the hand really nice, points naturally. The gun does have a lot of interesting things going for it, which I think are cool. You know, you do have forward cocking serrations as well as rear cocking serrations, which is kind of cool. I wouldn't, you know, it's definitely not completely ambidextrous, but not too bad there. Doesn't really matter to me. One interesting point of this particular gun, of the PX4, thank you, is the fact that it does use a rotating lock breech barrel. So it has actual cut, kind of a grooved cut in the barrel that cams the barrel and a little channel inside of it. And it basically is a lock breech pistol, which is really cool. It actually has a left-hand twist barrel. So what happens is, the way the gun unlocks is when the bullet's going down the barrel, the twist is pulling to the left. Well, what happens when I cheat this slide back, that breech rotates to the left. So the bullet going down the barrel, left-hand twist, is actually unlocking the breech as it's going down the barrel. And then of course it just, you know, reaches that point where the slide just blows back. But a very interesting system, and it seems to aid in accuracy a bit. It's an interesting system. These are pretty rugged guns. I've never really heard of these things having any major issues or anything like that. We are going to shoot the gun a little bit more. I've only got a couple of mags here, but Chad is graciously going to reload them for me a little bit here. That was some of the Freedom Munitions 140 grain or 147 grain extreme action pistol. That's their pro match, and we're going to shoot a little bit more here.
Yeah, that's the one you're shooting now on those two mags is 124 grain stuff, just the regular old.
All right, so now we're just switching to regular ball here.
Regular ball.
Good deal.
Try that out and see.
Yeah, let's see how it does. I can say right out the gate, I'm not a fan of where that safety is located. I've never liked that on the M9. I'll show you in a minute why. All right, so since I've got the hammer down, let's try double action. It does have a loaded chamber indicator, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna try to slow down. I was shooting kind of fast. I wanna try to shoot this thing for a bit of accuracy here. All right, double action on a tiny plate right here.
You were aiming for that one, right?
What's that?
You were aiming for that one, right?
No, I was not. Can't really say that it's exactly as accurate as I'd probably like to be, but then again, it could just be the fact that I'm not used to this gun. I mean, it's literally the first shots I've ever taken with it. I would expect maybe a little better.
I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, me too. Let me try just changing my grip on this gun just a little bit. All right, try a couple of sodas here. We do have some of this Federal HST. Let's load this mag up with HST in a minute. We'll try busting some of our sodas and watermelons there. All right. Yeah, other than a couple of shots that I pulled, that's not terrible at all.
Not bad.
Not really. I think I'm just overthinking it. It's really one of those guns you just kind of have to look through and shoot, you know? Maybe I'm just trying to think too hard here. It definitely handles nice. Now, let me show you. All right, this is what I don't like about this type of system on the Beretta M9 or the Storm otherwise or whatever. So say that you have the slide closed, and when you're loading a mag, let's just say that the slide is not to the rear. All right, but say the slide's closed and you want to load a mag in the gun. All right, I go to load it. Okay, if you're not careful, you could thumb down that safety, and then what happens? We're expecting to try to get a shot off, the safety's on. I don't like that at all. The location of the safety is in too deliberate of a place to where you're already grabbing the gun. Some people are going to tend to want to grab it way on the far back side of the cocking serrations. It does look like it's swept up a little bit more, but you also see that there's some serrations that are cut on the top of the actual safety lever. So that's even more chance that you could potentially thumb it down. I think that's a very poor design. I don't like it one bit, and I never have been a fan of it. Other than that, I do like this gun. It does fit the hand a lot better than a M9 does. All right, enough negative Nancy. I'm just trying to tell the truth, guys.
Oh no!
I will say that the gun has its moments in terms of accuracy,
Trade you.
but I'm not really a fan of this particular pistol. I mean, as a carry unit, close range work or whatever, I don't know. It's just not a gun that I feel like I would take out and just try to have fun with. It's more of a all business type pistol. Let's try to take a few shots at some of the sodas. The 147s seem to shoot a little bit tighter groups than the 124 does. Let's try our watermelons there, see what we can get here. That's HST?
Yeah, HST. Your favor on the lower side. I think you might be hitting the door. There you go. Oh yeah.
I mean, it's hitting them. Got any more HST?
Yeah, I can load you up another mag.
That's fine. I'll hit these. I'll tell you what. I'll save the sodas for you. How about that?
Oh yeah.
One more mag of ball here. You know, it has its moments. It's not a terribly inaccurate gun, really. It could just be me, you know, not shooting it well. I'm not going to chalk it up to being the gun. I would really expect the accuracy to be a little better. I have been shooting some other guns today, and I'm shooting them better than this, so I can't say it's necessarily me, but it is what it is. Take it with a grain of salt, guys. All right, let's try I've got a target that's about 10 yards in front of me right here. I'm just going to try to stack them on the bolt of that plate and just try to take my time and shoot a group, and then I'm going to turn it over to Chad here. The gun definitely is cool. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Not too shabby. I am healing with this gun a bit.
Does it have sort of that USP complex? Remember when we were shooting those USPs, it's kind of got that, you know,
yeah,
double action trigger feel
it does,
to it.
It does. The trigger reset is a little strange. I wouldn't call it. It does have a long trigger reset, which can make some of those rapid fire strings a little weird, you know? Like in the early part of the video when I was trying to wrap out those double taps, I kept like heeling and hesitating with the gun because I think I was expecting the trigger to be there and it wasn't. Like I had kind of a long reset. Before I turn it over to Chad, one thing I will mention about this particular gun is that they are available in a ton of different configurations, and the parts are relatively interchangeable between a lot of the models, which makes it really, really fun and easy to kind of set one of these guns up how you want. They do have, you know, obviously different modifications that can be made to the trigger if you don't like it and things like that. But overall, you know, you can get them in compact models, you can get them in 40, 9mm, 45 ACP, and like a 10-shot mag version, which is kind of neat. And Beretta still makes this gun, so it's still in their catalog. You know, this year they did release the APX, which is kind of their take on a striker fire gun. And I think what we're probably going to do is we're going to get one of those out to have a look at and do a video on. I did get to handle one of those guns recently, and it does fit the hand very nice, and there's some really cool things about it. The takedown of the gun is really simple and easy. The trigger's nice, it fits the hand really well. So that might be something that's a nice alternative for somebody that's wanting to kind of scratch the Beretta itch, but maybe you don't like a double single action. If I could offer one critique on this pistol, I believe that they missed an opportunity to fix the safety location from the M9. So that's one thing I feel like they probably could have done better. Other than that, the gun seems to fit the hand very well. It's reliable. It's got a generous magazine capacity of 17 rounds, which is kind of cool. All in all, I'd give it a pass if it was something you're wanting to check out. I mean, it might be the gun for you. I will say this is probably not the gun for me personally. We're going to turn it over to Chad, let him have a look at it.
All right, guys, I'm going to take a few shots with the PX4 Storm here. And this is a gun that we were looking at up at Moss the other day, and we just thought it'd be kind of cool to bring out and do a video on. I have never shot one of these. I've only handled them before, so you guys are literally, like we say all the time, coming along for the ride. One thing of note, like Eric mentioned, this thing does have a very, very comfortable grip. That's one of the most noticeable things that, you know, comes up right when you pick this gun up. You're like, wow, this thing fits the hand very, very well. Much like the first time I picked up like a SIG P320 or something along those lines, they just really do fit the hand quite well. But like Eric, I do not like the safety location. I wish that Beretta would have redesigned this to maybe integrate more of the safety position of like an M&P, you know, pistol, something along those lines, where it's a little bit more accessible and not so much in the way. And then also the problem, you know, with racking the gun and taking the safety off at times and not really realizing it. So, but other than that, I'm gonna take a few shots with it. I'm gonna shoot the pro match first. We never really shot this thing before, and you know, we don't group pistols on paper. You know, in videos like this, we literally just will shoot them as you would shoot them if you were in a defensive situation or whatever the case is. I mean, how well the gun can shoot offhand is really what we like to see. So, all right, take a few shots of that same little plate that Eric aimed at earlier. He's gonna be my mag fairy.
And a lot of times we're just trying to have fun, guys.
Oh yeah,
you know?
Any day out in the sun, even though it's roasting with guns, is
yes,
fun.
today's video brought to you by the sun.
Bringing heat and warmth to the world.
Providing nuclear fission since the dawn of time.
All right, see
Go
what we
ahead.
can do here.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I'm a horrible co-host.
What? All right, well, that was weird.
Ghost bullets.
Well, what's going on? Where are my bullets going? Am I hitting high? Let's see. Let me do bullseye it, I guess.
You hit down below.
Oh,
you
wow.
Hit low and to the
I'm
left
hitting
of
low.
it.
All right, that's really weird. All right, well, I'm aiming at the bolt, and it's hitting like 3 inches low. That reset is quite long.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, not taking my time. Yeah,
It's crazy because you had a more consistent string than I did, but your group size was about the same as
Yeah,
mine.
load me that Pro Match back up. That's really weird.
Pro Match?
Yeah. So we did shoot some USPs. That's why I made that comment earlier in Eric's segment. We shot some H&K USPs not long ago, and we just, neither one of us could get behind those guns and shoot them with any sort of consistency at all. And multiple folks out here were shooting those guns, and we were all having the same issues. But we were talking a little bit off camera here, but you know, like CZ75s, we've never had any sort of issues with CZ75s in the accuracy department. I mean, they are some of the most factory, or the most accurate guns just straight out of the factory, you know, that are in the same price point as something, say, as like the PX4 Storm, you know, in the sub like $700, $600 range, that sort of thing.
All right, there's more Pro Match.
It's just nuts. Never had a problem with it, but let me try.
I'm not a fan of the USP.
No, not at all. So that was literally my first magazine out of this gun ever. Never shot one before.
Not bad.
Let me aim at the next plate over and just see, just do a slow fire and see what we can do here.
Take your time.
Maybe I can do better now that the sun's behind that cloud. All right. Well, I pulled it left.
Kind of all over the place, isn't it?
A little bit, like the first few shots are kind of all over, but I'm starting to get a little bit more used to the trigger. It does remind me kind of the USP style trigger. It's got a good break, but
It's
the
like
reset
it's
is
flexible. Like the trigger bow feels flexible, like there's
Little bit.
flex in it. It's not, it had a definitive stop point.
not really. But I mean, that's 15 yards away. I mean, not terrible, just offhand. Let's try some of the HST, see if I can hit some targets about, you know, 20 so yards away. Some of those sodas back there. Maybe some of those watermelon remnants, as Frank Zappa would say. Remnants.
Yes.
Yes. Well, all right. Where am I hitting at that distance? Huh, weird. It's like literally hitting like an inch or two to the left for me. Yeah, honestly, man, I can't say that I'm too much of a fan of this gun other than the feel of it. I thought I'd like it a lot more, but.
You did the same thing I did.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Anticipating that reset and then that next pull. I think we're just striker fire guys. I mean, at least I am. I'm just, I don't know. It's different. I guess if you're more of like a fan of the Beretta 92 and just the double single action triggers and all that, and you're used to it, I just can't quite
It's like
get
a
behind it.
modernized M9.
Pretty much. All right. Let me see. Pop a few more rounds here. I'm gonna take some shots at long range too, just for the fun of it. So this thing's literally, I was aiming at the bolt on this target that's, you know, it's literally like 16, 17 yards away, and it's still hitting a little bit low for me. And I know I'm not pulling the gun or anything around, so let's try like 35 yards back there on that D28. I don't know where it's hitting. All right, so 35 yards away, I'm having a bullseye it. That means basically aiming under the gong. Hey, that's soda got in my way.
It's barely pooping that brass cap too.
Yep, it is. Weird.
And the ejection is consistent.
Yeah, I just can't quite get around that 35-yard gong today.
I can't get around this gun, period.
Well, it's dead on at 75. Let's try that one more time. All right, just for fun, I'm gonna try double action.
The Utility Research Muffin Kitchen.
Utility Research Muffin Kitchen. He brushed his scapular to the side and proceeded to shoot the PX4 Storm. Well, I don't know what it is today, man, but I think it's definitely this gun and not us, because
Sure, blame the gun.
I always blame the gun.
Not bad.
That's a little 6-inch popper back there, about 17 yards. Weird.
Me and you are in the same boat on this one, dude.
It is what it is sometimes.
We don't edit this stuff, obviously, guys. There you go.
Ah! Anticipating that trigger, man.
It's like you're expecting it to be there, and it's just not.
I'm expecting it to be a Glock is what I'm expecting it to be. Ooh, one round.
What are you doing?
Dropping that one single round in there. Just for fun. Why not?
All right, one last mag of the pro match
I
here.
see ammo on the table. I must shoot it.
Ooh. Here, geez.
See, Eric does all the talking points and whatnot, and he gives me time to load the mags in between, but I rush him along, trying to burn the gun up. All right, I'm gonna attempt to shoot that.
Well, it's reliable.
I'll give it that. We are a little bit further than what you would consider normal self-defense range. I mean, really, 7 yards to about 15 yards is really where you'd probably want to be. You know, I'm sure this gun would excel at that, but all right, 25 yards, pepper popper. Hey, Yahtzee. All right, and then a little 6-inch popper back there at the same distance.
Not terrible.
I've got the feeling that, ooh, HST.
Oh, that's a mixed bag.
A mixed bag?
It's a little bit of everything. It's
All
like
right.
6 rounds of HST and then a little bit of everything.
Mixed bag. We do that quite often. You know, I do feel that, like I said, if you're of the particular you know, mindset with these type of guns, I think you could probably shoot them very well. But me, I'm more of a striker fire guy, and it's sometimes difficult for me personally to get around the double single action type triggers, as has been seen in the past. But you know, for Eric and I both to be having similar problems with the accuracy of the gun, just the feel of it, I mean, it's one of those things, I think you just have to take one out, shoot it, and see how it fares for you. But as a concealed carry option, I probably wouldn't choose this gun personally. Home defense, probably, yeah, sure. If I could find one maybe used for the right price or whatever the case is, or if the gun just fits you very well and you're a big fan of Beretta, I say go for it. But let's take a few shots here with this mixed bag of ammo.
Or if you're a huge fan of the M9, it's a perfect gun for you if you like the M9.
Yeah, if you do. There's a lot of people that do, you know?
Yep.
All right.
There you go. Not bad.
I mean, that was a pretty good string. Not terrible for sure. I do like the gun. I like the feel of it quite a bit. It fits the hand very well, and it's a little bit warm, but disassembly, decock it, pull back. It has a little slide lock, kind of like a Glock does, and literally it just comes right apart. And then you've got basically the locking block and recoil spring assembly all right here, and then the barrel looks like it probably will just rotate out. Ooh, that thing's hot.
Yeah,
hot tamale. Hot tamale.
Might be hot.
Might be hot. Here we go. Rotate and then drop out. There you go. But
it does get points for a cool design.
it does. I mean, everything goes together real well. I do like the rotating, like kind of that, kind of like Styrofoam type locking system. You know, just that rotating breech. Pretty neat setup overall. But
it is a fully supported chamber too. Sorry to interrupt, but
it's all right.
yeah. Ooh, she's warm.
Ooh, it is warm.
But yeah,
Fully supported chamber, so you know you can run all that hot ammo and not have to worry about blowing your gun up. Ooh, gonna catch some crap for that. But anyways, hope you enjoy this look at the PX4 Storm. I can't say that I'm a huge fan of it, but we just want to show it off to you guys. We thought it'd be kind of a neat one to bring out and just put through its paces. And reliability-wise, even though it's just kind of barely pooping the brass out, it seems to be very consistent. You know, I personally like a gun that gets brass like way out of there, so it's got really good positive extraction and ejection, but no problems with any of the ammo that we tried out. Ran hollow points just fine, although it was just the one brand. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this look at the PX4 Storm. Stay tuned for more. We got a lot more on the way. See you guys next time.